Chromosomes are made of coiled up DNA. They're only found in eukaryotes because of their linear DNA. And remember that on chromosomes, there are sections of DNA called genes, and those code for specific proteins, and those proteins can then create the different traits. Now, you have two copies of every chromosome because you get one from your mom and one from your dad. These have the same genes, and we call them homologous chromosomes. Now, humans have two sets of 23. So one set of 23 from mom, one from dad, for a total of 46. Now, additionally, two of those are sex chromosomes that determine your biologic sex: XX for females, XY for males. And then finally, most cells, so all your body cells, are going to have both sets of chromosomes. That means that they are going to be called diploid. So 2N, which for humans would be 46. So that's the full number of chromosomes. Sex cells, so the egg cells or the sperm cells or gametes, those are the only ones that don't have the two sets. They only have the one set. So they are called haploid. So for humans, that's 23. And that's because the two haploids can come together in sexual reproduction to make a new diploid baby. Now, a karyotype, a picture of the chromosomes, can tell us three things: the species, so this is a human, it's got 46 chromosomes; the sex, this is a male, it's got an X and a Y; and if it has any chromosomal disorders, and in this case, this person does not. Now, the cell cycle is an important part where all cells go through this, and it's got two main parts: interphase, which is G1, S phase, and G2. And this is kind of like practice. And then we have cell division, which is kind of like the game, where we have nuclear division, so mitosis or meiosis, and cytokinesis. And remember, cells spend most of their time in interphase, specifically in G1. So we have a cell that's just divided, and so it's going to go back into interphase, so back in that practice in between phase. And it's going to start with G1, where it's going to grow back to its normal size, and this is where it's going to stay for most of its life. Once it decides to divide again, it'll go into S phase, where the DNA is going to be replicated. So we're going to take each of those homologous chromosomes and double the DNA so that now they are replicated chromosomes, each made of two sister chromatids, which again are exactly the same. Once it's gone through S phase, it's going to go into G2, where it's going to grow a little bit more, replicate the organelles, and now interphase is done. The cell can actually start to divide. First, the nucleus is going to divide. We've got to separate the chromosomes. And once you have the nucleus divided, then cytokinesis can divide the cell, and now we end up with two new cells.